Hello and welcome to my review of set number 41609, Chewbacca's Brickheads from Solo: A Star Wars Story. I showed this at the end of the last video and here it is. So why am I doing this set? Well, about 6 years ago I made my first video building this exact Brickheads, and I've had him ever since. He's just been on one of my shelves, just chilling with my other Brickheads. Something else I do want to say is that stop motion. I was a lot younger when I recorded that. It's my first video ever posted to the internet, and I stuffed up the building Chewbacca. Originally, the bottom of his legs were orange 2x2 studs instead of the correct brown ones. And I noticed this recently when looking at the box. I was like, my Chewbacca looks a bit different to the box one. Then I realized it was the legs because they were orange. There's photos on screen now of what I'm talking about. But yeah, this is from the Solo movie. A lot of people seem to not like for some reason. I don't really know why. Can't be bothered researching it, to be honest. But I think it's a pretty good movie. I don't have much against it. I mean, maybe that we could use a sequel or, a follow-up of some kind. I think it's comics, but it's not the same as a movie or show. Anyway, we'll get into the standard way I do reviews. What do I like about this Brickheads? So what I like about this Brickheads is basically everything. I don't really have any complaints. Considering they had to do Chewbacca, who's not a human or not wearing a helmet or a mask, this is pretty good. Like they even have, I've just noticed this now, they have the detail. This is his backpack, I believe. They have all the correct details in the correct spot, like the harness thing he wears. This blaster isn't a bowcaster, but he doesn't have a bowcaster in the movie, so that's fine. Articulation wise, or like posability wise, there isn't really much. You can move, just like all Brickheads, you can move his hands. I guess if you wanted to, he could hold the blaster in his other hand. You can't put this hand down because there's the harness thing in the way. I think that's really my only complaint. You can't put the other hand down. Otherwise, this set's pretty perfect, I'd say. Other than you can see a bit of grey up there. Maybe that's just... Oh no, never mind. Yeah, I'd say it's probably one of the more perfect sets I've got. I do have some other Brickheads that don't look as good as this one. I don't like as much. Comparing him to a Chewbacca minifig, I mean, he's a bit brighter, but that's because he's younger. They can't really do leg details. It's kind of hard to. It's a Brickheads. Force Awakens Chewbacca, and this is the Solo one. So there are some differences, but like, he doesn't really change much throughout the movies. I'd say Solo is the biggest design change out of all of them. But yeah, comparing the two, you can see this is the same character. I lost his bowcaster. I don't know where it is. And bringing in Han Solo and having Chewbacca looks pretty great. There was a Han Solo released at the same time as this set, which I don't have. Have to get him in person to make any proper opinions, but he looks a bit cursed. Speaking of when I got this I think a few days before I filmed that video on May 26, 2018. So yeah, because usually when I get sets I build them the same day or, whenever I can. So I think I did get this on May 26, 2018. So I've had this set almost for 7 years, which is ridiculous. I am also glancing over that video now. And in the description, 12-year-old me had said, I got a Rey figure to I will make a stop motion. Can you tell I was like 12 when I made that video? You can also see my shadow in the video. Now looking back on it, that's because I was looking down and it was hurting my neck. It was actually filmed on these base plates, these two base plates that are currently here. Were originally just stacked up against this shelf where these boxes are. They were stacked up against these shelves, and that's where I did all my stop motions for a while and like some of my videos. The instructions, nothing much. Classic artwork, like how I like it. The build's pretty simple. You can go and watch mild stop motion if you want, but you can see the build. It's just a Brickhead. It's not that complicated. There's the Han Solo at the end. There's the Han Solo. I don't have it. If I did, I'd put them next to each other, but I don't. Yeah, it's kind of all I have to say about him. I don't really have anything negative to say other than you can't put the blaster in the other hand and move the other hand down without snapping that clip. That's all I can really think of to say. It's a good set, solid set. I've had it for a long time. It started my collection of Brickheads, which I really like Brickheads, actually. Alright, so what will be next? Well, normally I'd tease it right about now, but I think it's best left as a surprise, because that video will take a while to make, I guarantee. I will get on making a review about this set at some point, the Ambush on Ferrix, but that'll be later. That'll be after the next set I'm going to do. That review is to come. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.